Welcome back with Father Logue and some more interesting catechism. Father, what would you like to talk about today?
I'd like to talk a little bit about the feast day today, which I mentioned at Mass. It's the Feast of St. Joseph the Worker. Now we have another Feast of St. Joseph as the husband and father, husband of Mary and foster father of Jesus. But today is the Feast of St. Joseph the Worker. And
The other feast day, March 19th,
Mhm.
is the day the fourth graders always honor their dads and have a special
Oh.
breakfast and Mass. But
That's awesome.
sadly, we were out with the pandemic this
They
year.
just had to honor their dads at home.
Honor their dads at home, yes.
Right. So the history of this feast day is kind of interesting because there were movements back, 100 years ago in Italy to change their government to a communist government. And now we didn't really know much. It hadn't really been tried, that form of government. Eventually, it was tried in the Soviet Union, and it was completely opposed to all practice of religion. And it's sort of a fundamental part of the communist system to eliminate the problems they saw with religion. And so part of this movement to change Italy into a communist country, which again would have prohibited or vastly restricted the practice of religion, was to celebrate the worker. And so they instituted a holiday, I think they called May Day, which was May 1st, to celebrate the average working person. And the church did what the church does best in these situations and said, what you're saying about the work being important, the dignity of work, the dignity of the people doing the work, them being respected and treated fairly, all that is true. You're just taking it in a wrong direction. And so we're going to Christianize what you have here. So we instituted the Feast of St. Joseph the Worker to talk about the good, solid values of work and the good things that they had, but to bring them into the fullness of Catholic teaching and our right understanding. And this is something that we've done all through the ages to sort of say, okay, for example, Greek philosophy. At the time of Jesus, the Greek philosophers were some of the best in the world. And a lot of the early Christians and early theologians said, yes, there's goodness here, but we can understand it a little better in the light of Jesus Christ. And so it's a very special feast day, a very great feast day for St. Joseph, who is not only the patron of workers and the patron of a happy death, but the protector of the whole universal church, as he was the protector of the Blessed Virgin Mary. And I think we can certainly always learn a lot from St. Joseph. He's one of my favorite saints. And the one insight, I hinted on it in my homily, but I'd like to expand a little more, is his role in taking the Holy Family to Egypt. That he went with them when the angel appeared to him in a dream and said, Herod's going to try and kill the infant Jesus. You need to flee and flee to Egypt. And he did. That must not have been easy. But what struck me as maybe even more difficult was all those few years later when the angel appeared to him again and said, okay, it's time to come back. To say, oh, wait. We're established here. We're safe. I don't know if we're still going to be in danger back there, but to trust in God that, yeah, okay, it's time to go back, is a real powerful thing. So, St. Joseph, pray for us.
Pray for us, yes.